Seb, open your eyes. Breathe.
To picture civilization 100 years from now, what would you envisage? This is exactly what first-time indie developers Miga set out to accomplish in their first IP, Hevn. While it mostly succeeds in being an intriguing insight into the future, its shortfalls prevent the experience from fulfilling its maximum star-quality potential. It's a single-player first-person adventure game where the player, Sebastian Marr, sets out in search of a better life. He joins Mnemoni Incorporated, which, if you haven't guessed it already, is where things don't exactly go according to plan. To figure out what went wrong, it's the player's job to reach clusters of terminals spread out across the planetoid Nike, while simultaneously battling the critters and elements to survive.
Hey Earth, can you hear me now?
Guided by his colleague, Edna, together they must attempt to find some reasoning for this outbreak. Hevn lays out two specific goals from the start: survive and uncover. In between reaching these terminals, which forms its main arching narrative, collecting and equipping items is essential for survival. It pays to go off the beaten track wherever you can. Discovering new items and tools to add to your inventory gives the player an upper edge against the odds. With this being said, the experience overall feels a little underwhelming. Darting from terminal to terminal presents little to no challenge and lacks the weight of a real opposing threat. Any spare time between these tasks is etched in with reoccurring enemies, often the same, and feels like a simple method to kill dead air in between missions. Fortunately, Hevn creates an intriguing backstory and vision that keeps the momentum going, through magazine collectibles detailing the poison of technological life, or the crew's identity cards which really give an insight into the lives before the disaster. And this, peppered with a few trippy flashbacks throughout, propels it forward, and the desire to continue exploring was genuine. Beyond that, Hevn is carried by a stellar ensemble of voice actors who breathe life and realism into every spoken word. From the quirky bolts of remarks that fly off Sebastian's tongue, to the situations of genuine fear and distress.
Oh my god.
There's a sense of concern for his well-being as a character that makes the player feel continually present and in the moment. Hevn shoots for the stars, but struggles to reach them. It sets up a fantastic backstory with engaging flashbacks and fun tools to use at your disposal, but ultimately, its lack of care and attention to more salient assets such as its gameplay, and a failure to iron out pesky bugs and glitches, really hold the experience back from becoming something greater.